Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time coming across my channel, help me like and subscribe to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. In today's channel, I want to show you how to sew this beautiful kaftan dress. So let's get started. All you need is your ruler, your scissors, your half yard of crepe, your chalk and your African print. Either you can use either your hair stay or your paper stay. This is my fabric on fold. I'm trying to fold it. At this point, I notice if I'm to use this length, it's going to be shorter. Then to get my desired length, I pick the edge of my fabric with the other edge, as you see me doing. After picking it, then I'll fold it to make it into four. This is how it's going to look like after folding it. You make sure these four parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, is facing the other side, and this straighter part is facing your side. The next thing I will determine is the length I'm working with. I'm working with length 58, then plus my 2-inch allowance, that's 60. I'm going to chalk it. Then I brought it back to the other side of my fabric to chalk it again to get a straight line. It is better for your fabric to be long than for it to be short, and there will not be remedy. After chalking it, what I did was to pick up my ruler and chalk it well to get a straight line, as you see me doing. The next thing I determined was my neck width, which I used 3.5, and the length I used to. I usually determine my back neck before determining my front neck, as you see me doing. I wanted to use my cuff ruler, but my cameraman was blocking me. I just tried to use my free hands to get my cuff neck. After getting the cuff neck, the next thing I'll go into is my shoulder. I divided my shoulder into 4 to get 4.25. This is how to divide your shoulders, you see me doing. Then you choke it. The next thing you determine is the sleeve length you are working with. Me, I'm working with sleeve length 14. As you can see me, I chalk 12 inches. After then, I came down by 1 inches for my shoulder slope. Once I chalked it, I pick up my ruler and slant it, as you see me doing. After slanting it, the next thing I would love to determine is the length of my sleeve that I'm working with. I use 14 as the same length I use for my shoulder. This is me choking it, as you see me doing. I had to pick up my ruler to get a straight line. You can see me doing. So from my shoulder slope, from the 1 inch I measured, as you see me, I measured my under bust, which is 14.5. After that, I measured my half length, as you can see, which is 17. Then the next thing I'll measure is your hip line. You take your measurements from the shoulder to the person's hip line. Then I chalk it with my straight ruler to know where I'm working with. So at this point, you use your highest measurement. My highest measurement at this point is my hip measurement. Some people, it might be their bust. So the highest measurement, that is what you're going to work with. So my hip is, I never knew my my camera was not showing at this point. So my hip is 11. Then I added 4 inches to it. You can add 5 inches to it, depending on how big you want it to be on the person's body. You know, it's a kaftan dress. Whatever you get at the hip, that is what you get at the bust. At the waist, you get to the down part. You can see me choking it. I'm choking it this way to get a straight line. Have you seen? So there will not be any bent line or any error at this point. So once we have chalked it, I chalked it to the point I marked the length, the gown length. After, I did the same thing from the bust to the waist to the length. This is me choking it at this point. You can see I was trying to choke it to get a straight line. Then you just curve it from the sleeve length to measure. You just give it a straight curve to your underbust, as you can see me doing. It's very easy. Give it a straight curve to meet your underbust. After that, you pick up your scissors, then cut it out. This is me cutting it out at this point. When I finish cutting it out, this is how it's going to look like. Then I picked out one fabric out, as you can see. This is the back neck I determined, as I said earlier on. So at this point, I want to cut out my front neck. So I'm trying to fold the clothes together so that the one will not be longer than one. So after determining at this point, I'm trying to chalk. I use 6 inches for the wideness of how the neck is going to be wide. Then I took it back to 3 inches, as you can see me doing. You can see for my shoulder I measure 6 inches because the person does not want the neck to choke her. And this is me cutting it out in this place, as you see me doing. After cutting it out, the next thing is to bring your plain fabric to the table. I brought my plain fabric to the table. I folded it into 2, as you see me doing. Then I picked one of my fabric, which is the front side, as I'm picking up now. I pinned it down to get a straight curve so that the neck is not going to be moving up and down. This is me pinning it down at this point, as you can see. Depending, because I'm cutting my clothes outside, so the debris was disturbing. To just be on the safer side, you can just pin your clothes down so the neck will not be moving up and down. This is me when I'm done pinning it down. I cut it out. Whatever I cut at the main fabric, that should be the same thing I'm going to cut as my plain material, because this material is facing outside. I'm not sewing it inside. So this is me cutting it at this point. As you can see me doing, I was cutting it. Then I came to the shoulder part and cut out the excess to get a firm part. Then once I was done, I brought out my fabric. I brought out the Ankara print out. Depending on how wide and how bold you want it to be on the cloth, I chalked 5 inches round. This is me cutting it out. This is my hairstay. I placed the same crepe on it, then chalk out the same 5 inches I cut out from this crepe. The same thing on the hairstay. This is me cutting it out, as you can see. After cutting it out, you place the gummy side with the back side of the crepe, because you kept half front and back. After that, you take it to your ironing table to iron it. And this is the back side, like my neck, the facing of my neck. This is it here. What I did was I placed my back to it. I was cutting the neck. Whatever I cut at the neck, that's the same thing you cut when you are cutting your facing. Then I placed it at the front. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. In my next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to sew this dress. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.